Okay, it has become kind of an automatic thing to say, you can't prove a negative. Actually, in some cases, you can. In mathematics, you can prove a negative. For example, pi can't repeat, and it can't end. I think it's called a transcendental number, and that has been mathematically proven. Okay, the Loch Ness Monster, or what's affectionately known as Nessie in Scotland, can't exist. That has actually been proven. It's just not possible for Loch Ness to hold a breeding population or even be partial residence to a breeding population of creatures as large as the postulated Nessie. Um, Mermaids or merfolk cannot exist because mammal and fish parts just can't work together. So there can't be any mermaids, there can't be any mermen, there can't be any merfolk that are actually naturally existing. Some things you can prove it. Sometimes you can prove a negative. Now, then we get to, Bigfoot or Sasquatch or Yeti and these other postulated creatures. Could they exist? There's really no reason why a bipedal ape could not exist. There's actually no reason why a non-Homo sapiens human could not exist. They did exist many thousands of years ago. Why couldn't they have survived someplace? There's just no evidence that they did. There's no evidence that a bipedal primate species other than humans did evolve. So in all likelihood, I don't think Sasquatch exists. I am open-minded. They could exist, though. See, that's one thing about that puts Sasquatch different than Loch Ness Monster, different than mermaids, is that it could exist. So, and, there's a lot of area out there and some of the places where it's said to exist that, people really aren't around very often. And, there's a lot of area in the Himalayas that's, pretty cold. And people aren't, around there. And I think David Attenborough said, it'd be kind of unusual to go up there and hoax a footprint. So they could exist. I don't see any really solid evidence that they do exist, but they could. Unfortunately, though, some Bigfoot devotees have kind of turned into a cult because they actually get very angry when people suggest that they don't exist. It's really not something to get upset about. Maybe they exist and maybe they don't. We really don't need to get upset over it. It's just a matter of science, and we can keep an open mind about it, and we can look for it. But until we find it, it's an open question. Until we find some solid evidence, it is an open question. And solid evidence would be bones, a fossil, hairs, and our feces.